have too many crochet plans. I really do. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Layla and this is Layla Crochet, and today I thought that I would go through with you my crochet plans, of which there are many, too many. So I thought, you know what, if I just sit down and talk through them with you guys, maybe it will make my brain feel a bit better. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do. This is not necessarily like my whole 2025 plan. This is probably like within the next few months, maybe. I'm hoping. We'll see. But yeah, I do have quite a lot of plans. So it'll just make my brain feel better as well if I talk through it with you, and we can go from there. I've got you propped up, like, I'm going to take a photo and I'll put it on the thing so you can see where you're propped up. I really need to sort out my camera or something. I feel like this is going to fall at some point. Yeah. Shall we get started? I'm also going to be crocheting. It's probably going to end up off the screen. So we'll talk about this first, because this is kind of one of my bigger projects for the year. Although I'm a decent way through, I feel. Have you seen the cinematic masterpiece that is the Twilight Saga? I loved Twilight when I was younger. I am not ashamed to admit it. And then in my adulthood, I have kind of gone back into it. I'm one of those. I've gone back, and I'm sure if you have watched it, you may get what I'm making. But it's Angela's blanket from the first film when they go to the beach. So I kind of drew it up. I'll pop it here, and yeah, this is how far I've got. I've got some of my plain, some of my cream, and then my dark green. I'm working on some more dark green now, and then I've got the brown ones to do as well, but I've lost the ball of wool. I bought the ball of wool and I've lost it. I think I know where it might be. I just need to have a look. So that's my first, like, one of my longer projects that doesn't really have like a time limit on it, because I don't need it for anything. I just wanted to make it. And there's this really cool group on Facebook that's like crochet and knits from the screen or something like that. So I'm going to post it in there when it's done, and people make things like from all sorts of TV shows and stuff. It's a really, really cool group. And then if we're going to carry on with blankets, I am completely absurd because I'm like flitting between a few blankets at the moment, because I don't know. But this next one that I've been making is, I saw it on TikTok. I saw something incredibly similar to it on TikTok, and I was like, and I couldn't get it out of my head for like weeks, so I just went and bought the wool and I started making it. It's huge. It is ginormous, but I love it. I really do love it, and not to toot my own horn, but I do think I picked some very good colours that went together. So the one that I saw was in those kinds of colours, but obviously it's finding it in the wool that I'm using Starcraft Specialty K, of course. And yeah, I really do. I am really enjoying it, and it's a nice just switch off kind of project. Like, I can just sit in front of the TV and, you know. But I'm making that to go in my coach, because it gets very cold and sometimes you can't keep leaving the engine running and stuff to keep the heaters on. So that's going to go in my coach, and when I can't have the engine on I can just sit there with my blanket. Although it's February now, isn't it? It's going to be getting warmer, but you just don't know. Sometimes in England you have cold days whenever it wants to be cold. The next thing that I want to make, and I've just ordered my wool for it this morning and I bought the pattern this morning, is the Nocturne cardigan. And this is by, let me get it up. Oh, I'm gonna pronounce this completely wrong. Seidel Coppers, Alexandra is on her Instagram, but this, I've been thinking about this cardigan ever since I first saw it, and I think it was the tester call that I saw, and it was this one with the red. And so this was the 21st of December that she put out the tester call, and I have been waiting and waiting and waiting, and I was like, I need to find the perfect wool. Like this is going to be something really pretty, it needs to be a good wool. So I purchased this morning, let's find it, Stylecraft Cabaret DK in Midnight Hours. And it's such a pretty wool, and it's got glitter in it, and I can just see, like, I've got the vision now, and it's going to be beautiful. I just know it is. And I'm going to do it with like a bigger hook so that it works up quicker. She does recommend that in the pattern, and yeah, I'm just incredibly excited to make that. Next up, I want to make Craig the Cave Dweller. Craig the Cave Dweller. This is a pattern by Hooks and Healers, and I just think he's so cute. And I haven't made any amigurumi for a little bit. I think I kind of overdid it at Christmas on the, like, how many octos I made, so I haven't really made any. I don't think I've made any amigurumi this year at all so far. So I really want to make him, because I just think he's really adorable. And I watched her vlog this morning, where she was like pattern testing him and stuff, and I think I've got like so much of that Aldi baby yarn as well, so I'm thinking of making him in the pink. So I'm thinking he could be, because she makes him in like fluffy yarn, and I've not tried fluffy yarn yet, and I've not got any, so I'm kind of wanting to use up some stuff that I've got for this pattern. So I'm thinking the pink stripe Aldi baby yarn, and then just like the plain pink for like his mouth and his legs and stuff. I'm reckoning that that's gonna look very cute. The next thing that I really need to finish is my own pattern, because I talked about it a couple of videos ago, and I really just need to finish that base so that I can get it out, get some photos taken. And yeah, it's a tapestry pattern, and it's the Lucky 7 dice, and I really like it, but tapestries can be really hard for me, like on my hands, so I don't want to overdo it. I would rather take my time, and if my hands are hurting, then I've just got to face it and leave it for a little bit, and then eventually I will have that pattern ready and up on my Ko-fi coffee shop. I'm not going to be using Etsy. I just don't like the way, I used to sell on Etsy, I used to sell some other stuff, and I just really do not like the way that Etsy has gone, so it will be on Ko-fi eventually at some point. I'm like over halfway though, so it shouldn't take me that long. Other things I need to finish, I have been working on a giant Anchor the Octopus for months and months and months, and I really don't have that much to finish on him. So that I was thinking about it on the weekend, and I was like, I really just need to get that finished, because there's literally, I think I just have to sew his belly up and sew his head on, and that's it. That's all I have to do. And it's like my Beetlejuice dress, like I didn't have that much left to do, but I just hadn't done it. So I suppose it's just the way that my brain goes. It's like, as soon as I come so close to finishing something, it just goes, don't want to do that anymore. And it's great. Love that for me. Next, I really want to make a granny square jumper, but not like granny squares. I've seen them where they're like just two big granny squares for the front and the back, and then you just granny stitch down for the sleeves. And I'm thinking the purple yarn that I got from America would be good for that, like the front and the back, and then see how much is left over, and then I could use the black and purple plain yarn that I got for the sleeves, make some stripes, is the vision I've got in my head. And again, I'm going to use a bigger hook for that, and I really don't think it's going to take that long. I made a giant granny square blanket for my dog, and it took me like 2 days. So I'm hoping that maybe that won't take. I think the longest part would be the sleeves because of the colour changing and therefore the weaving. You all know I hate weaving, so maybe I could figure something out with that. Then I've been working on this hexagon cardigan with the grey ombre big twist that I bought, and that is very close to being done, and I didn't need nearly as many balls of yarn as I thought I would. One ball of yarn has made 1/2, so I've got plenty. I'm so glad I actually didn't buy more, because I'd just be stuck with it like, oh, what do I do with this now? It's kind of like a bit of a boring cardigan, but the reason for me making it is because I don't have a boring cardigan. I have like all these different colours rather than just one that I would wear day to day, just throw it on. So that is the aim of that one. I also need to finish my rainbow cardigan, and I'm debating making that into a video. Like, I finished my whip with me video, because that cardigan is huge, and I started it nearly a year ago, but it has been such a bigger project than I anticipated it to be, simply because of all the colour changes. And I know that once it's done, it's going to look so amazing, but I just need to finish it, is the problem. I also want to make another 6-day star blanket. I started one for my friend's son. I bought some more wool this morning for that. I'm using the Karen colour phasing that you get on Wool Warehouse. They finally had the colour back in stock because I'm using ultramarine. I only bought one cake because it is a child's blanket. It doesn't need to be as big, but it's not quite big enough just with one cake, so I bought another cake this morning because it came back in stock. I'm really glad that I looked, to be fair, because I do really need to get that out of the way. But that I've been working on my breaks at work, so hopefully it won't take me, it actually shouldn't take me that much longer, because I've made a few of those star blankets now. I'm doing the Super Nova Star again, and I think I've got it down. It really is not that much of a difficult pattern once you got your head around it. So yeah. Then I want to make Wallace and Gromit. Basically I bought the crochet book. There is a crochet Wallace and Gromit book. I bought the wool, and I started Gromit before Christmas, just after Christmas, no, it was before Christmas. I bought the rainbow cotton from Hobie, and it's a really good colour for Gromit, to be fair. and it's just the fact that it's so small, and I hate making small amigurumi, but I want to make my boyfriend like all of them, so I don't think he really wants like loads of massive plushies. The little ones would probably be better, so that's also on my list. And then I also really want to remake the Bananasaurus, because I hate the one that I made. The one that I made as well. So I really do want to make, and I want to make it like, the one that I made, I used Aran yarn, which is fine, it was all I had at the time, but I really want to make it in like a plushy yarn, because I just think it's going to look better if I use a plushy yarn. And then finally, I really want to make a ski mask, even though I don't think I would really wear it. But have you seen the We Are Freaks? Be Nice to Freaks, and they make all these really cool masks, and I would just like to have a go at making something myself. Don't know where I'm going with that idea yet, but it's in the back of my brain. At some point I would like to make one, and I do think that would be a pretty quick project if I use a thicker wool. I've got a pattern for like a base ski mask, but I just need to figure out, I want to do something more with it without like copying them, because that's not cool, but just something a bit more about it rather than it just being a ski mask. Anyway, thanks for sitting and listening to me garble on. I feel a lot better now that I've spoken about everything. Maybe that is my 2025. Oh, there is one more. I need to start working on a Christmas jumper. I know we're in February, but depending on what I pick, it might take me a while. And I made a Christmas jumper last year, and I kind of want to just start like a new tradition, like every year making a Christmas jumper. So maybe like in the summer I'll start that. So we got a while, yeah. Anyway, thank you for listening to me wobble on. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you liked me, maybe you could subscribe, that'd be nice. And let me know in the comments, what are your plans? What is your goal for 2025 to make? Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.